Rarinay. That is for the purpose of the preparation of our committee report, which will be forwarded to the plenary, subject to the approval of at least one-third of all the members of the House of Representatives. That would be all for the opening statement.
Kong Eden Santos po from Net25. Hindi ko parang ni-railroad yung impeachment proceedings sa impeachment complaints against PBBM. Sabi po ng mga endorser ay prematurely murdered daw po yung impeachment at talagang ito daw po ay sinadyanan ng komite. Any comment?
The proceedings were not railroaded. First, yesterday we declared the two impeachment complaints to be sufficient in form. It is very basic for us to say that it is sufficient in form because what do you see or what are we supposed to see when we are talking about the form? That there's a listing of the names of the complainants, of the names of the respondents, that there is a verification which says that the complainants made the complaint out of their own personal knowledge or based on authentic records. Finally, that there is an endorsement. In fact, the proceedings yesterday lasted for only 2 to 3 hours, 2 hours, because it is easy to see on the face complaint of the two complaints these factual matters regarding form. Now today we deliberated extensively on the sufficiency of substance. What is required by sufficiency of substance? In our rules, it says there, the sufficiency of substance is met if there is a recital of facts which constitute the impeachable offense charge and determinative of the jurisdiction of the House Committee on Justice. In short, there should be a recital of facts to show the impeachable offenses under the Constitution. And what should be the recital of facts? These are overt acts, ultimate facts, overt acts or actions made by the respondent or done by the respondent that will show that he committed the impeachable offenses charge. We went through each of the charges in both of the complaints. Inisa-isa po namin yan. Whereas in fact, in previous impeachment complaints, in previous impeachment proceedings in the House of Representatives in other terms, ang ginagawa po nila, one whole discussion, one deliberation, without discussing each offense separately. We were very liberal. The chair was very liberal in allowing, she was very accommodating in allowing everyone to speak, in allowing even the endorsers to speak and to answer questions raised by some members. So we don't think that there was any railroading of the proceedings. We should all remember that we are limited in our deliberations on sufficiency of form and substance by the four corners of the impeachment complaints. It is not yet the time when the proceedings go into the affidavits or the answer, rejoinder, reply, rejoinder. Hindi po tayo umabot doon. But at the same time, hindi pa kasi po sinasubmit yung mga yon when you deliberate on the sufficiency of substance.
Yun po yung binabanggit po ng mga endorser na wala pa naman dun sa stage ng mga presentation of evidence.
Unang-una po, nung Lunes po, nag-participate po sila. Nagbotohan po para po sa insufficiency in form. Nag-participate po sila, lahat po nag-participate at wala naman pong nagreklamo. Kahapon po, diniscuss po namin yung De Jesus complaint. sila rin po nag-participate. And in fact, 5 po yung grounds na amin pong tinalakay kahapon, pero mas mabilis po itong natapos. At wala rin naman po silang nireklamo. At sila rin po, nagbigay din po ng kanilang mga obserbasyon. Kanina po, 3 grounds lang po yung aming tinalakay. Pero, kung makikita po ninyo, dahil po binigyan po ng pagkakataon ng chairman ang lahat magsalita, binigyan pa rin po sila ng pagkakataon na idepensa at lahat po pinagsalita. Wala naman pong pinigilan. In fact, may mga nagsalita na sa tingin nila may sufficient in substance. At may mga nagsalita walang sufisyente sa substance. Pero, bagamat 3 lang yung kanilang grounds, pero mas extensive yung aming diskusyon. Hindi po tumigil hanggat mayroon pong gustong magsalita kada ground. Kaya hindi po natin po pwedeng sabihin na ito po ay ni-railroad dahil lahat po ng oportunidad binigay po sa kanila. In fact, nung natapos po, kahit hindi naman po sila dapat magbigay ng manifestation, binigyan pa rin po sila ng pagkakataon ng ating chairman na magsalita. Hindi lamang po doon sa endorser ng De Jesus, pati po yung endorser din po ng Masa. Kaya dito po nakita po natin at kitang-kita naman po ng taong bayan lahat ang argumento ng bawat isa po sa amin.
Siguro para maglinaw ho tayo doon sa hindi ho totoo na railroad po yung proseso ng impeachment laban sa Pangulong Bongbong Marcos Jr. ay yung pong mga dating impeachment proceedings, no? Yung pong Leonin impeachment proceeding, natapos po yun on sufficiency of form. Kasi pinag-usapan po doon kung meron bang personal knowledge o meron bang mga authentic documents po na isinumite. Yung pong mga complainants at endorsers. Doon po wala. The same was also raised in this particular proceeding. Pinalusot po ng komite through form. Ito pong bagay na ito. But naglinaw under substance na hindi ho talaga obra, na talaga hong walang nasumiting mga authentic documents at nakabatay lang po sa mga news report. So ibig sabihin, if this impeachment proceeding, if we had wanted to stop it in the soonest opportunity, we could have done it at the level of form. Pero hindi ho namin yung ginawa. We had proceeded through form and we had proceeded through substance. So hindi po totoo that there was a railroading of the proceeding.
Last na lang po, are we expecting po na ganito rin yung magiging proceedings sa impeachment complaint naman against Vice President Sara Duterte?
Oh yeah, we will try as much as possible to follow the same process, give everyone the time to speak and explain whatever they want to explain, and give every member the opportunity to also air whatever they want to air. Yan naman ang ginawa namin sa 2 other impeachment complaints, and with the guidance of the chair, that will most likely be what we will be doing also in any future impeachment complaints that we will be receiving.
Thank
Sir,
you po.
Sir, sorry. Ano lang po, on my part, may sinabi po kasi si ML Party List Representative De Lima na at this point, hindi natin pwedeng baliwalain yung mga sinasabi po ni former Congressman Zaldico. That's why this impeachment complaint should be dapat po pumunta pa sa next stage. Sufficient siya in substance at this stage para mapasagot si Zaldico sa next stage. How do you respond po dun sa kanyang argument na gano'n, na hindi po na dapat hindi po pwedeng i-dismiss at this point yung accusations po ni former Congressman Zaldico?
Alam mo, tama yung sinasabi niya na yun part ng complaint ng Masa, complaint ba yan? Masa et al. That was the strongest sana, no? Kung andito lang din si Zaldico, sana, to support or any supporting affidavit that will be executed by him. Ang danger, in fact, I even told the chairman na I might vote for sufficiency and substance as far as this ground is particularly concerned. Kasi may recital of facts din naman. But if you allow it, it will open the floodgates of anyone outside, no? Who will just post a video of against any impeachable officer. basta may recital of facts lang na pwede nang maging impeachable ground, di ba? Kahit hindi under oath. So, mahirap din yun. We cannot open that up na yun na ang maging parang standard of anong impeachment complaint ang pwedeng ma-file. So sayang, no? I mean, if only he was here, or if only it was kahit man lang siguro a sworn statement by him, kahit hindi video po, that would have been parang okay na sana na ground. For me, I'm speaking for myself. No?
The verification state that it should be based on the complainant's personal knowledge or authentic documents. And we do not consider that video as an authentic document. First, there was no attestation or authentication by Mr. Zaldico. So how can we rely on that? Okay? We should remember that the allegations written in a complaint are not facts or are not the overt acts that we are expecting to be written in a complaint, in an impeachment complaint. Kailangan po yung ginawa mismo ng impeachable official, ginawa mismo ng presidente na maiko-connect natin sa isang violation ng Constitution or other impeachable offenses. So, we cannot accept mere conclusions that there, such as corruption or that he received so much money when these are based on not authenticated or not attested videos.
Hello po, good afternoon.
Dagdagan ko lang yan ha. Let us always remember, rules are meant to be followed. Meron tayong rules on impeachment ng House of Representatives. And it is very clear, both under the Constitution and under the rules on impeachment, that the impeachment complaint must be coupled with a verification which says that the allegations must be based on personal knowledge and authentic records. Kung hindi based sa personal knowledge or authentic records, that will fail the standard of sufficiency in substance and even in form.
Hello po, good afternoon. I'm Lance from Newswatch Plus. How do you address critics lang po saying na some lawmakers appeared to have lawyered for President Bongbong Marcos during the deliberations? To quote si Representative Tino saying hindi tungkulin ng mga kongresista, sabi niya, na maging abogado ng presidente.
Kung kanina po, hindi naman po pag-aabogado sa presidente. Bagkos, pagbibigay po ng opinion ng bawat isa. So hindi mo naman maaalis sa mga abogado na mambabatas na ipaliwanag kung paano tignan yung mga pagtanggap ng ebidensya. Kagaya po nung kanina pinag-uusapan po natin, alam po ninyo, yan po yung naging basis ng botohan nung una pa lang. Kung maalala po ninyo, si Congressman Ridon ay nag-motion para isama yung personal knowledge or authentic document. At yun nga po, kung saan nagkaroon ng boto na 21-24 dikit, kung saan nire-require na kailangan may personal knowledge or may authentic document. Yun lamang po yung sinundan kanina at yun din po yung mga sinasabi kanina ng mga mambabatas, ng mga miyembro ng nasabing committee.
Thank you. Thank you po.
Kong, good afternoon. Here, ma'am. Dito. Ma'am, here. Ma'am, just to clarify on the timeline, kasi you mentioned that the committee will prepare the report on Monday. How soon can you expect to finish the report, and when, at the earliest, do you expect to present the report to plenary for consideration?
It will depend on the committee secretariat, no? Pahingahin muna natin sila. Kasi 3 consecutive days kaming nag-committee meeting on the determination of sufficiency in form and substance. But considering that we still have Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, we really intend to come up with a committee report so that the members can vote on the same on the continuation of our meeting on Monday. That is February 9.
So on Monday, ma'am, you expect there's already a draft report that the committee can vote on?
Yes, and the content of the committee report is simply the determination of sufficiency in form and substance, which we already did during our first 3 hearings.
And once approved by the committee on Monday, do you expect the same report to be transmitted to plenary on the same day?
We intend to transmit right away to the plenary, but it depends on the plenary as to when the same will be tackled on the floor.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
We just needed your statement po sana, no, na ngayong dineklarang insufficient po, itong insufficient in substance, itong dalawang reklamo, patay na po sa Committee on Justice, itong impeachment complaint against PBBM.
As far as the proceeding today is concerned, I can consider that. However, we should be mindful that the committee report can still be reversed by at least 1/3 of all the members of the House of Representatives, no? So, this committee report, of course, which contains the determination that both complaints are insufficient in substance, when taken up in the plenary and when reversed by at least 1/3 of all the members, the Committee on Justice will be constrained to come up with an articles of impeachment in view of that reversal. So to your question, I cannot still say it's dead because there's still a proceeding that will happen in the plenary.
But yesterday during the press con po, you recall na wala pang nangyaring ganitong incident po or instance.
Was it me who answered that? I'm on my second term only.
Wala pa pong reversal at plenary, no? But again, to be very clear, hindi pa ho tapos yung proseso. So up until the plenary decides on the fate of the impeachment against the President, hindi pa ho ito tapos na tapos.
Dadagdagan ko lang Paano po natin sasabihin na minadali? Samantalang bakit po nung ipinasaputo by a 1/3 vote nung second vote? Yung po yung mas mabilis. Ito po, extensive po yung discussion. Bakit doon hindi po sila nagprotesta?
The consequence of the reversal of the committee report, if they disapprove the committee report by at least 1/3 of all the members, it will be returned to the Justice Committee, and the consequence is we will be constrained to prepare the articles of impeachment. Because that is tantamount to the reversal of the dismissal.
So, didiretso na po yun.
The articles of impeachment, once prepared, will be returned again to the plenary.
And then after nun, bobotohin ulit.
I am inclined to believe na kapag sinubmit mo siya sa plenary, it will be subject again to vote. By 1/3 vote, then it will be transmitted to the Senate.
Mga pong last question na lang from me. Kasi of course, there will be some critics who said na itong nangyari na ito kasi nga it's parang moro-moro na lang din kasi nga parang pinalabas na nagkaroon pa ng filing ng impeachment complaint tapos ang nangyari ganun din parang napawalang visa na rin si PBBM sa impeachment complaint and then pag nagkaroon ulit ng hearing for the Vice President at ito ano man ay pumasa, baka magkaroon man ng double standard na yung kay BBM pumasa pero yung kay Vice President hindi pa pumapasa. What's your thoughts about yung sa ganitong possibility na baka ito lang ay isang ploy na pwedeng maging isang ploy lang ito?
Definitely, it is not a ploy. Definitely, it's not a moro-moro. In all fairness to the members of the Justice Committee, you witnessed how they painstakingly engaged in the deliberation. As a matter of fact, most of them seated for like 5 long hours, no? Without leaving the committee meeting, no? Kaya, of course, we cannot please everyone. But in as far as I am concerned as the Justice Chair, I am very much convinced and I stand that the members of the Justice Committee act independently and impartially in as far as the determination of substance and form of these 2 impeachment complaints against the President are concerned.
Hello. I have a question po dito. Is there an avenue where the endorsers could still challenge the panel's decision to dismiss the charges against President Marcos?
As a general statement, the vote of the members of the Justice Committee should not be a subject matter of any petition because that vote rests solely on the judgment, the appreciation, the prerogative of the individual members. But of course, we cannot stop anyone from going to the Supreme Court if they believe that any or some of the stages of our proceeding before the Justice Committee indicated any grave abuse of discretion that will amount to lack or excess of jurisdiction, a subject matter of a petition for review.
Follow-up po. In your view, ma'am, may naging violations ba yung proceedings nyo on deliberating the impeachment complaints against Marcos?
Definitely and absolutely. The entire proceedings of the Justice Committee is in accordance with the Constitution and the rules on impeachment.
Last question na po from
Willie Delgado ho sa DCMM. Curious lang ho ako, dun sa 3 pinag-usapan kanina, wala ho ba doon ang pumasa sa pamantayan ng sufficiency in substance? Since sabi nyo nga kahapon na ang botohan ay mangyayari as a whole.
Well, it is the decision of the majority of the members of the Justice Committee that the standard of sufficiency in substance was not met, no? Again, ano bang ibig sabihin ng sufficient in substance? If there is a recital of facts that constitute an offense, demonstrative of the jurisdiction of the Justice Committee. Simply stated, the allegations of facts must constitute an impeachable offense. If we are not able to establish the connection between the two, the allegation of facts and the restrictive enumeration of impeachable grounds, then it will fail in the test of sufficiency in substance.
Dito na po nagtatapos ang ating press con. Maraming salamat po.
Thank you po. Pupunta na po kami sa plenary.